Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your How Do They Feel About You reading. I hope everyone is feeling amazing. A massive thank you for the love, support and beautiful energy you guys bring to soul embers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. And if you've just stumbled across this video and you've never heard of soul embers before, welcome. Hello, my name is Andrea. I hope you find something within this reading helpful today. So, how do they feel about you? What are they thinking? What are they going to do about it? Are all energies I'm going to draw and tune into today for you, Sagittarius, as well as some guidance on how you can best navigate through that space, if the reading resonates, of course, and if it's something you would like to do. So let's have a look and see, first of all, who am I connecting with today? Who is this message for? How can I be of service to the beautiful Sagittarius out there? How does this person feel about Sagittarius? I'm getting, Sagittarius, that you had to exercise a lot of patience when it comes to a certain situation. And it may not even have to do with a specific person. It may just have to do with finding the right feeling when it comes to a connection. Getting it right with someone. Overcoming certain external influences or obstacles that are preventing this from coming together, if it's something that's already established. So, courage. Wow, I love this. I love this card. Courage. Sagittarius, I'm feeling that there is some underlying fear that is associated with letting go or closing out certain belief systems or patterns. There is a fear of loss here, and it may not be immediately something that you recognize or have recognized in the past, but there is an element here that you have realized that you're not able to get things past a certain point when it comes to dating, or when it comes to this partnership, when it comes to this connection, if it's a particular person. You're not able to take it past a certain point, and it's because of this underlying fear of potentially being vulnerable and being hurt, depending on your situation. Taking that leap and not knowing, taking that leap into the unknown. I feel the Sagittarius that I'm connecting with, whilst you might be very adventurous and up for a challenge and up for the new and different and exploration, when it comes to matters of the heart, I feel that there is more of a calculated approach to love because of what you've experienced in the past. Frankly, you can't be effed with wasting your time on things that are just going to end up the same way they did before. And so you're pulling back your energy. And it's really, it's based on just being worn out from going through the same thing, repeating the same kind of conversations, having the same type of outcome. There is an element of faith here that I'm feeling that is needed as well. And Sagittarius, it's going to take that courage that I'm looking at here. This courage here is about the courage to know that if you want to live and you want to embrace this love, there is an element of risk that needs to be undertaken, and that it might turn out the same way, but the quicker you get to that point, the quicker you can move on, the quicker you can close out that lesson and open up a new cycle. The sooner you get to the point that you need to get to in this lifetime when it comes to your love and relationships. The more you hold back and try to approach this from a logical, calculated, I'm seeing a game of chess right now, really calculated moves, the longer you're potentially going to take to get to that, to get to the realization, or to get to the core of the matter, or the truth of where this whole thing stands. Another thing, oh my gosh, Sagittarius, I'm getting a lot of messages, like I can't stop talking. Another message that I'm getting for you is that this may also have to do with you just coming to terms that you don't align with certain morals or values that others share. And when I say others, I'm not talking about just anyone. I'm talking about your close network, the people that mean a lot to you, family, very close friends. You may feel that it just doesn't align with you anymore. That vision that you once shared, that was a common vision when it comes to relationships, love, family, all that kind of stuff, is slightly different. And you may feel that you're being judged. You may feel that you're being looked down on. Or these may be fears that you're experiencing, and so you're suppressing your authenticity. And what that's causing you is it's holding you back from really embracing the love that you deserve to receive, whether you have someone in mind or not. All right. So I'm going to read the definition from the book because I really love the way Ina Seagull, and I think that's the way you pronounce her name, has put this together. She also has an action here, and I think it's a she. Yeah, an action here, and I find it so helpful. So let's have a look and see. Courage. Courage requires you to fearlessly stride ahead despite the challenges you are experiencing. Whether you are afraid of success or failure, you cannot stay where you are. You need to make a decision and move forward with belief, trust, and boldness. Give it your all, no matter the outcome. Despite what you have been telling yourself, you're ready for a new adventure and another chance to prove that you have what it takes to face life's challenges. Stop investing in limitations, lack, and dysfunction. Every blessing has a challenge, and every challenge contains a blessing. You are ready to explore both. Whilst there may be difficult moments ahead, keep positive and believe that everything is going to work out for your absolute best. You are being asked to gather the courage to be who you truly are and stand strong for your convictions. Boom. Yes, I totally feel that. And the other thing that I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius, is that, you know, I'm getting this feeling that those that I'm connecting with, when under pressure, you are absolutely on the game. Totally on the game. You're all cylinders are functioning. Everything is on. You are sharp as a whip. Is that how it goes? I don't know. Yeah, really sharp. Anyway, and so think about how you do function under pressure, how you do go when in the unknown, and as you have overcome previous challenges, how rewarding it was when you were able to overcome them based on your ability to be flexible, to be optimistic, to be, open-minded and embrace it and just run with it, roll with it, ride that wave. It's part of the Sagittarius charisma. You make things look so effortless, right? So think about that Sagittarius and think about how you're approaching things right now. It's really not allowing you that expansion that you thrive on, Sagittarius. So when it comes to love and relationships, or when it comes to this relationship, sticking by what you know is not going to help you become unstuck. It's not going to help you explore passion. It's not going to help this advance. That's the overall feeling that I'm getting in the message. And the action for you is, in order for you to succeed in what you desire, you need to prepare for the challenges ahead. Make a list of the support you need to tackle and approaching opportunities. Become aware of what or who you are afraid of. Imagine that this fear takes on the shape of a person. What does he or she look like? Look this fear in the eyes, tell it that you are willing to learn from it and master the lesson. But you are not willing to be a slave to it. Imagine loving your fear and taking steps forward. So what I'm getting here, Sagittarius, is that you are about to change the way you do things and the way you're expected to do things, and you are expecting that there's going to be some kind of a reaction by those around you. You may have this person in mind, And, you know, so apply this as to whether that message applies to them or to, you know, family, friends, or close network. You're about to do things with a different approach. You know it's going to ruffle some feathers. You're expecting it. So be prepared at least. So you can follow through with what you believe in. Okay, let's break this down and let's see how this person feels about you, this situation, what they're thinking, and some guidance also. Oh my gosh, Sagittarius, I got a wave of emotion just go over me. I feel that this has something to do with someone from your past. This fear has something to do with some disappointment from your past. And it's a bittersweet thing. It's like, I'd love to hate you, but gee, I can't. Yeah, unfinished symphony. Unfinished business. And that fell out after I said I got this wave of emotion that this has to do with something from your past. This is about wanting to tie up some loose ends, Sagittarius, and having the courage to face it. I'm getting here that there is someone that you may have things didn't go the way they would have gone, and it was a choice, whether it was yours or whether it was theirs. They chose differently to you, or you chose differently to them. And it didn't have to do with the connection per se. It had to do with certain belief systems that you have grown up with, that they have grown up with. They chose maybe family, friends, or faith, or a community, or you did that. Whatever the case may be, this was a very deep, deep connection that couldn't, that didn't stand a chance against the strength of the belief system surrounding you. And as time has gone by, and I feel that this is not your energy, Sagittarius, I feel that this is theirs. There is this massive realization that has fallen upon them in recent months, and it's just taken front row and center right now. This is something that they've been aware of for, I would say, months. That they made a decision to let something go or not fight for something. Let's say you put an end to it. They didn't fight for it, or they let it go by not fighting for it and choosing differently. And it was this connection was taking them in a direction that was for their greatest good, for what they truly wanted to achieve in their life. It offered them the support. It had the right type of chemistry, the right alchemy. It had the right polarization. It had the right type of let's call it expansion, ability for expansion and growth, personal growth, authenticity, to be themselves, to explore the different aspects of themselves, to peel back those layers and feel safe, unjudged, and loved and nurtured. They're starting to realize that they chose wrong. And I say that and it's like, oh yeah, they chose wrong. This is something that is really affecting them. It is something that really affected you. Something that made change the way you viewed love, Sagittarius. You may have felt abandoned, rejected. You may have felt like you weren't worth the fight. It really broke your heart and caused you to go into hibernation, isolation, maybe distrust. You didn't know what to believe of the people that you were meeting. The dating game changed for you. You became a different person when it came to love and relationships after this. So if that resonates, There is something here for you. This doesn't mean that you want to get back together with them. It doesn't mean that this is about the person from your past. What this means is that this person is very, very much in your energy right now. They're heavily thinking about the decisions they made. They are very disappointed that things did not work out and that they are disconnected from you. They miss you, Sagittarius, as a person. They miss the influence you had in their life and the joy and laughter you brought to them. They wish they could start from the beginning. They could rewind and start this from the beginning and just, approach it with the information they now know about themselves. They now know about the people around them, and they now realize where you were coming from. You had an element of emotional maturity that they did not have at that time. But now that they've grown into that maturity, they see you. They see your intentions, and they see that you were genuinely interested in them, not you gaining from them. And so it makes them feel like there's unfinished business here, which causes this tether, this thread between the two of you to reconnect. So what this is doing for you is there is still an element here that there is this lack of closure. You're unable to really embrace love and reciprocate love because of the way that you were treated, or that you feel that you were treated. So let's break this down a little bit more, and let's see, because I feel this is a time to wrap things up when it comes to this energy, Sagittarius. And when I say wrap this up, what I'm saying is to come to terms with this fear, to face it like the message in the book said. If you can't connect with this person and have this conversation, and get the closure that you need, visualization is going to be very helpful. Thinking about, putting shutting the door on this so you can move forward and embrace the love that's waiting for you in the future is definitely going to be helpful. So let's break this down a little bit more and see. So this is current energy, guys. So if you've got someone in mind right now that you're finding difficult to form an emotional connection with, and this seems to be a never-ending story over the past few months or a couple of years, let's say, it's because there is this block there that's preventing you from really allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to make a connection. You're not willing to sacrifice certain things just to see how things go. Really interesting, but there is two cards that basically mean the same thing. This is regeneration. This is about it coming, transformation, things coming to an end. There's definitely been a separation here, a lot of disappointment. You guys are not talking. This is definitely about someone from your past. It was a very painful... You still haven't recovered from certain things here, Sagittarius, I feel. This is why it's unfinished business. You even if it's been years, there is something that you haven't recovered from. There is something that's still healing within you, and you don't know how to let this go. So if this reading resonates, guys, and you'd like to reach out and find a way to really work through this, heal, release, let go, and be able to embrace the future, embrace love, open the doors to what the future has to offer, feel free to reach out. My contact details are in the description box below. And this is how they're feeling. There is a part of them, you guys are feeling exactly the same thing. You're mirroring the same type of energy. There is a part of them that hasn't healed from this. There is a part of them that is still hopeful, even though there is no hope, if that makes sense. So those of you that this message resonates with will get what I'm saying. They feel that even though there's no hope, they're still hopeful. They're still extremely, extremely disappointed, even depressed about the choice that they made. There's guilt. There was a great loss for them. And I feel that maybe Sagittarius, after this came to an end, there may have been a series of events where they were shaken, really shaken, and you are the person that keeps coming to their mind. What would Sagittarius say? What would Sagittarius think? Sagittarius would know how to support me right now. How would Sagittarius approach this? And they find comfort in hearing your voice in their thoughts. Oh, Sagittarius. And I'm hearing the Sagittarius, this is resonating with saying, well, they should have chosen differently. So, I'm going to have a look and see what is the message. Sorry, the cards just fell on the ground. What is the message that Spirit has for you when it comes to this situation? Why is this coming up right now? Why does it matter when it comes to how they feel about you? How can you navigate through this space? And I want to know more about courage. I really do. Where do you need the courage? If this is something from your past, I want to know where you need this courage. Okay, yeah. Pay attention, Sagittarius, because you might be self-sabotaging. Like I said earlier, it's affecting you, Sorry, too many cards fell there. Okay. I'm going to take this one. Okay, so it feels like I said, there has been something within you that has really changed on a foundational level when it comes to how you view love and relationships since this happened. You may be finding it really difficult to make a deep emotional connection. Even if you're dating, even if you are in a current relationship, you don't feel that you're really connecting. You feel disconnected. And there is almost like this element of you maybe having that experience that a part of you is that far broken that you can't repair that. You can't, it was done, it was finished, you've put it away, you're keeping it nice and safe, and you just know that's a part of you, that there is an aspect of you that has changed forever based on this. But Spirit wants you to know, have faith, Sagittarius, because this is not how your love story ends. This is not how your love life ends. Be careful of over-analyzing situations. Think about how much how much you're able to invest in love. Think about how much effort you put into love, and do you measure up to that person anymore? Because that is what's cutting you short. That you're cutting your own lunch. You know what I mean? This is where you're not receiving whatever it is that is rightfully yours. The love that is rightfully yours. The attention, the acknowledgement, the intimacy, that true deep connection. That is what's preventing it from moving forward. And so at this time, courage is needed to think about how you can actually embrace that. Which parts of you have changed forever, you've now shut down from, and you're keeping protected. And how can you bring these? How can you resuscitate these? How can you transform these? How can you bring these back to life? Because that's who you truly are. You love 100% of the way. It's all in, heart and soul, let's say. You're a fire sign. All in or nothing. And then when it comes to this situation, the reason why it's so strongly in your energy at this time, Sagittarius, is either you actually are thinking about this person a lot because they're thinking of you. But there is definitely this unfinished business here. There is this lack of closure, you know, really wanting to tie up loose ends. Even if you feel like there's nothing really to be said, think about how this changed you, and that will give you the answer that you need. I'm feeling that you may actually hear something about this person that's going to start, that's going to be like, it's going to open Pandora's box again, if you haven't already. I feel that you may not come directly from this person, but there might be a fleeting conversation with a mutual friend or something about them that really triggers you. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you found that helpful. Please do comment below. I love reading your comments. It helps me connect with whoever is on the other side of this camera in a different way. Have a fantastic month. Bye, Sagittarius.